it takes a lot of communication. And with a situation like what you said, where you got one person who want to achieve better, but you got one person who want to be stagnant, it's a deeper underlying issue there. You just can't talk about money. Seeing the money problem, that's just the fruit. Now you got to look at the tree and the roots to that tree. What happened? Why are you like this? You see what I'm saying? So, just like me, for example, I literally just told Tierra, and I kind of had to check myself with this. I literally just told Tierra once she got me those $220 shoes, right? You just awoken in something in me that I've always wanted Jordans. I never had them, right? The shoes that I had growing up, I had Shaqs and ones. You get both of them at Walmart for $10 growing up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fubu's, I wore those. You see what I'm saying? So being that kid who had those type of shoes, I finally get some Jordans that ain't hand-me-down. These are brand new. These is mine. Man, I almost about lost my mind. I was finna buy another pair that next week. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta go back to, in a way, what was the issue? Like, what was your childhood like? Because to them, well, to you who want to do more, you may look at that person that's complacent, but realistically, this person is living the best they ever lived. They can't see past this. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not a reason to divorce. I can see the frustration, but it will never be a reason to divorce. You need to see why exactly they want to be that complacent.
And I totally agree again, because basically, what you said, and I just thought about it. That's for trauma. When we growing up, we deal with so much trauma. When we a baby, to a kid, to a teenager, to adults, we deal with different type of trauma. And I realized something. A lot of people haven't really dealt with their trauma. That's why they be so complacent and they be content where they at in life, because they mentally at the place to where I made it, and like I don't think I could get higher than this. I don't think I could go farther than this. I don't think I can achieve wealth. I don't think I can be a millionaire or whatever and stuff. But I'm happy. I'm happy to where I'm at right now. And that right there really just popped in my head, trauma. And it's crazy. It ain't crazy. It's funny, that you brought it up, just because I thought about this the other day, and I was like, trauma. I mean, like, everybody want to be rich. If you think about it, everybody, like, if you ask everybody or anybody, if you ask anybody that's old enough to know, kids too, they'll probably tell you, I want to be rich one day. I want to have all the money so I could buy whatever I want to buy or whatever. But in reality, the situations that we been through in our life, I don't think a lot of people know how to handle that type of success. I don't think, and that's where it kind of fall back into your marriage. You marry her, her, or you marry him, and they haven't even dealt with the type of trauma that they have been when they was a kid or growing up, and they don't know any better. A lot of us don't know any better. It's like, because if you think about
no, go ahead. Oh, my bad.
I often just say, if you really think about it, everybody say, if I had $1 million, I would be so much better off. But reality, would you?
No, you wouldn't. I seen this thing where this dude said some people don't have the mental capacity to manage $1 million. They'll spend it all. It takes a lot of responsibility, and when you go back to trauma, as crazy as it is, it's like, let's just say a lady, right? You take a lady who you know that she have to have everything brand new. She gotta have the red bottom. She have to have the $300 perfume. She gotta have the jewelry, all of that. You may look at her as either stuck up. You may look at she's spending too much money. But what she's doing is, and it may sound crazy, but it makes sense. What she's doing is, in subconsciously, she's trying to live a life outside of what her mother used to tell her, because her mother used to call her ugly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't look. You see, it's like you're combating with the child you to prove that person wrong. You see what I'm saying? So as an adult, you got the money now. You work it. You provide for yourself. Now you're going to spend this type of way because you never had it, and you was called
right.
This, and that's what trauma do. So when you, like I said, when you get into these marriages and you talk about finances, you have to talk about how, if you're going to talk about the way a person spend, if you even somebody who holds on to money, because that can be toxic too. Holding on to money and counting it and not doing nothing with it. You could be one of those persons who watch your parents have it all but lose it, and now y'all, you see what I'm saying? So it's the trauma that comes behind of how you are, and on the flip of both ends of the coin, it can be toxic if it's not addressed the right way.
Right. I mean, like I say again, I totally understand what you're saying. I totally agree exactly what you're saying and stuff. So, you know, if anybody that's married or anybody that's thinking about getting married, because at the end of the day, everybody want to be married in some phase point of their life. They want to be married, but you need to ask yourself this, or at least have that conversation with your significant other, and especially if you want to take your family to the next level of achieving wealth, but they not trying to get there with you or help you